Hi guys, I just wanted to give you some feedback and ways that you can practice using the online tools for your Georgia milestones that you'll be taking next week. I know you are so excited. So most of you guys have a phone and you don't have a computer per se. So I wanted to show you. I'm actually recording this on my iOS device from Apple. So you can definitely use these tools to make sure that you're successful. So there should be no excuse for you not to be practicing some of the tools because obviously you can use it on a mobile device. Um, Grab your friends, your parents, or whatever if you don't have that mobile device. But let's go ahead and dig into our review. All right, so you're going to go ahead and go to our course page. So this is how the course page looks on a mobile device. I want you to scroll down, and I put the GMAS Online Tools here, and then we're going to click on Test Practice. This screen is really important for you guys to make sure that you understand that once you walk into the computer lab next week, this is going to be this is going to be your screen. All right, so you need to make sure that you are selecting end of grade. Make sure you're selecting end of grade. And then once you select end of grade for this practice test, you want to click through all of these sub modules, test practice, standard online tools, and then grade 6 through 8. Grade 6 through 8 is just going to give you some questions that types of questions that you'll see on the Georgia milestones. All right, so once you get to this particular screen next week, myself or your homeroom teacher will give you a test ticket, and the test ticket is going to have a unique username and password, but for the purposes of this training video, we're going to use the one that is provided. So we are going to click on and type in Georgia 68, and we are also going to do training. All right, and sign in. All right, no, I do not want to save this. All right. So once you selected your input your username and password, you will have a welcome screen. This is so important next week. Please make sure that it says your correct name. I do not want you to take a test and you feel really confident in your test and you gave your scores to someone else. Teachers make mistakes, humans make mistakes, computers make mistakes. So please practice self advocacy and just make sure that you are um, just looking out for yourself and make sure that that is your name. All right, so what you're going to do is you are going to click on the practice test. And for this purpose, I'm going to skip through the language arts portion. These directions are some directions that we went over in class, so I'm going to skip through these. I'm going to skip through the language arts portion. Your language arts teacher will provide you more detail on supporting you in this. I'm just focused on the math for right now. So let's go ahead and go over the tools. The tools are located here at the top. So the first one you have is a selection arrow button, and that just helps you get the correct answer. Not anything too fancy on this one. This the next button is actually a process of eliminator. So you can eliminate answer choices by clicking over it. And then also the next one that you have is a highlighter, which you can highlight different things, etc. All right, to help support you. And the great thing about it is you can highlight even. You don't have to highlight the question. You can highlight some visual representations that you see, graphs, etc. Next is the sticky note. The sticky note is something that I do not want you to use on your test. It takes way too much time. You have scratch paper, jot it down on your scratch paper. Please do not waste time using the sticky note. All right, and then you have the highlighter. So your screens will be pretty large when you take your test, and the only reason why you should use a highlighter is if you really cannot see something. I do not want you to use the highlighter. I'm sorry, the magnifying glass, just to waste time and play around with the tool. So that should not be used. Next is the line guide, and the line guide actually provides support for reader fatigue. Most of you guys are strong readers, so if you have trouble keeping track of where you are, you could use the line guide to support you with that. The calculator, we use the scientific calculator. You will actually be using your calculator that is provided to you in the classroom. So with that particular calculator, you're very comfortable with the functions, etc. On it. But if you want something like quick to do, some quick math, you can use this. But remember, you'll have your calculator with you. And this is also important. You will have your formula sheet provided to you. It's the X plus Y button in your tools. It's the one that's right here, the X plus Y with the book. That is going to be your online formula sheet. And it has some basic formulas like parameter, circumference of a circle, area, surface area, volume of a right prism, mean, and the interquartile range. So those are the formulas that will be provided for you. So let's dive into the question. So this particular question is obviously the triangle sum theorem, which says that a straight line has to equal 180 degrees. So the correct answer is C, because once you add 110, 40, and 30, you have 180 degrees. So you have simple questions like this. Think of these like your common multiple choice questions. Same thing with this one. All right, I do want to talk about this particular type of problems, your short answer problems and your constructed response problems. So if you look at the very bottom, there is a character count. So character count means anything that you type. Let's see if I can type in this. Let's see. Probably won't let me, but that's okay. Anything that you type in here, you will have to make sure that you are um, anything from like space bars to periods, punctuation. It does count as a character, and it'll run out. So a short answer, please just answer the question, probably provide some reasoning to it, but this is not a time for you to write an essay. All right, there's distinctive difference between a short answer response and a constructed response. All right, and then you will also have questions where you have multiple parts, so make sure that you're paying attention. Part A, and for this case, Part B. So it's a continuation on the same scenario. So make sure you're listening and watching for those parts here. You have questions that require you to select more than one answer. Please make sure that you are paying attention to those. So the general rule that I like to follow is if they have more than 4 answer choices, it's probably asking you to select more than one answer. So for this one, says select 3 statements that are true. Make sure that you are really reading that and following directions, because we don't want you to miss out on points that we know that you could have easily got if you were just simply reading the directions. And then this is another example where you have part A and part B. So we're going to move on from that. And then you're going to actually have this year, which math teachers are excited about, and you should be excited about too, is actually not only do you have multiple choice answers, but you also have visual representations where you're actually creating something. So if you're confused on what to